evening fixture of this year as it stands. As you can tell, the Knights are drawn in. A brilliant game of football tonight. Unfortunately, Alnwick 0, Burradon New Fordley 1. An absolutely brilliant game of football. Can you just tell us your thoughts on that, Richie? At times that felt like a cup final for both teams.
Yeah, I thought it was a good game. I think a very close game. A very close game. I think I personally think it's the best performance of the season. You know,
the supporters are saying that, mate.
Yeah, I think it's by a long way the best performance of the season. Unfortunately, the game we've conceded late. We've had a few chances in the game as well. I probably think, you know, a draw would have been a fair result.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
no one deserved to win and no one deserved to lose.
And, you know, you've also got to give it to Fordley. They're a good outfit. They've got some very good players. They're very physical, you know.
I remember at the start of the season we did an interview before the season kicked off, and you tipped Blue Star and Fordley at the start, and I thought Fordley no.
Yeah.
But you've obviously got inside information. You knew they were going to be a good side. They're now 6 out of 6, but they shouldn't be.
Yeah, they've got, you know, the managing group they've got with Davey and Bestie there. You know, they've got good connections. You know, and they've improved from last season. They've brought some good signings in, some solid signings. So yeah, they are a good outfit, and you know they've got footballers, but at the same time they've got a lot of experience as well in there. And like I said, they're a physical team, you know. And
it wasn't a dirty game, it was a feisty game. I'm not for 1 second saying it was dirty, it was a feisty game. But it was great to see the Alnwick lads stand up to it.
Yeah, and that's, if I'm honest, it's one thing I think we've lacked this season. You know, a little bit what we class in football terms, a little bit of a needle in the game. You know, but we did. We held our own, we put our foot in. I think at times, like Jamie Neville, who's a very, very good talent. I personally think he needs a bit more protection in the games. I think it's probably been 3 or 4 games in a row now because he is a good player. He gets targeted, you know, and that's away teams doing their homework as well. But personally, I would like to see a little bit more protection of players like Jamie Neville and Jamie Clark and Luke Malloy. But that's part of the game as well, and it's just the way it goes sometimes. You know?
Let's get down to the crux of it. We're 6 games in, drawn 4, 2 losses. Those 4 games, I believe, I wasn't at all of them, most of them, I think they were winnable. It looks from an outsider like it's squad rotation, but you have been riddled with injuries. Yeah,
we've since just before pre-season, obviously we worked on a shape all pre-season. You know, we had a good pre-season. You know, I think we're looking strong in all areas, with again squad-wise as well, with big depth within my squad. You know, I was more than happy with what we've got, and unfortunately we've been very, very unlucky.
Have you ever fielded the same team out of them 6 games? No.
And,
all right.
And all the times I've sort of played and managed, I've never had a situation like we've had. You know, obviously we lost Carl Coker late on in pre-season.
I've been unlucky with goalkeepers.
Yeah, and then obviously I mentioned to Tomo, who come in, you know, last pre-season game he blew his knees out. He's had to retire because of that injury. So, you know, just before the season starts, it's a tough one to take. And then, you know, within bringing the season forward, we've had lads on holiday, as has everyone.
And yourself.
Yes, and myself. But since then,
yours was booked for 3 years. You're allowed. You're allowed it.
Yeah. But again, for me, when I say big players, I talk about experienced players, and we've missed them. You know, whether they've been on holiday, whether it's been, you know, unlucky injury-wise, and we have got, you know, for instance, Ross Strone being on holiday for the first 2 games. He's come back in. You know, he's done well. He's done well against Kenfica. Just finding his feet again. Saturday played very well in the first half. He's going to be out for, you know, the foreseeable future with ligament damage. You know, Scott Shepherd's the same. Broke his ankle. Lee Dundas, you know, has come back early. I think he was fantastic tonight. Lee Dundas, when he came back in with a broken nose.
Captain's performance.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, like Sam, people were brought in at the start of the season have just been extremely unlucky. You know, and I think that reflects in the results as well, where we do score goals. You know, I think we've scored 13 goals or
13,
something.
conceded 15,
Yeah.
now conceded 16.
Yeah.
Alnwick Town, if you want to watch entertaining football, come
Yeah.
and watch Richie
Yeah.
Latimer's Alnwick Town.
Yeah. But I think it tells its own story. You know, going forward, we're strong, you know, but with the numbers we've had missing at the back, I mean, at one point we had 8 defenders missing, playing centre forward, centre halves, which they've done their best, you know, and lads coming straight. I mean, Lawsy, for instance, last week against Percy Main, literally stepped off a plane from Florida and Edinburgh, drove straight down, straight in, you know, straight in. So, you know, it's not a commitment thing, you know, that the commitment of the lads is brilliant. You know, they're all together. Obviously, the injured lads, Jake Lowe's another one who played well in the first half against Kenfica, picked up a knock again. But these lads are still turning up to games, and that just shows you what we're trying to build here in the squad we've got. You know.
I've seen that. Well, we're just going to conclude this interview. Tonight's performance, I thought, was amazing. Really, really unfortunate to lose. Fair play to Burradon. We're not bad losers here,
No.
but it's a tough one to take because it was a great performance. And all I can say is, people of Alnwick, come and watch this football team.
Yeah.
The future, honestly, is bright.
Yeah.
This team has huge potential. This club has huge potential, and the whole town is behind you, Richie.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, it needs a little bit of tweaking. We've conceded too many goals late on in games, like you said before. The 4 games we've drawn, we've been winning in every one of them games. And again tonight, you know, we're conceding goals 85 minutes plus. Do you know what I mean? And it's something obviously as a management team we need to look at. But at the same time, you know, getting players back and getting players fit. It was nice to see Kieran Hogg back on the pitch tonight, you know, and people, you know, it was an effort, you know, and that's all you can ask as a manager. Sometimes you win them, sometimes you draw, sometimes you lose. And tonight, you know,
every single player put a shift in.
Yeah, they did, and we got look, the result is we got beat, you know, and that's the full stop. But from my point of view, like I said to you before, that's the best performance we've put in all season, and very unlucky not to take something out of the game. And I think if we continue doing that with a few little tweaks, with players getting a bit more game time in their legs again, you know, I believe we'll have a very successful season.
And
we're obviously a little bit behind on points now, so it's a chasing game, but it's getting that first win.
Well, like I said, everyone's got confidence here, but it doesn't get any easier. I was going to wrap the interview up there, but I forget we've got a huge game on Saturday.
Yeah.
Newcastle Blue Star,
Yeah.
second in the league.
Yeah.
They'll be bringing a few supporters. So again, a difficult challenge, but hopefully a good crowd from Newcastle and from Alnwick.
Yeah, 2 totally different teams. You know, Fordley, you know, are strong, physical, you know, direct. It's a different challenge on Saturday from what I know. Blue Star and Brian Smith's got them with Andy and Coogie there. They're a footballing team. They like to get the ball down and play. So again, it's a different challenge for the lads. You know, but one, you know, after tonight, you know, although like I say it was a defeat, I think a lot of people in that change room tonight took a lot of confidence from the game. You know, and sometimes you're not going to get the result you want, but it's the performance you're looking for, and you know, it's something to build on. Definitely.
It was an absolutely brilliant game. Hopefully we'll catch up with you at Newcastle Blue Star.
Yeah.
But like I say, we're 6 games in, first time we've spoken. It's absolutely great talking to you again. And how we are the Wick.
Yeah. One thing before we finish, lads, again, we're now obviously getting a few sponsors in on match balls and that.
Aye, tonight the Plough Hotel.
I just want to mention, you know, obviously I know Johnny's taken a few photos and that, but it really is appreciated. You know, it's great to see people back in the club and being involved. So hopefully that continues. Hopefully the people who are sponsoring the game and coming up,
local firms, they've had a great night.
Yeah, enjoy what we're trying to do here. And a big mention to you lads as well. Again, just to back it up. You know, obviously things have changed in the clubhouse again. You know, and obviously yourselves, Johnny, and that doing the video in the game. It's a fantastic club. So hopefully people, you know, realise that and start coming to support and getting behind the club, because the lads are really appreciated, and obviously so does the club.
Performances like tonight, there might have been a defeat, they will start coming. Richie Latimer, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much,
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.